Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. Tonight we're going to have a look at a new line of knives from Buck. This is the Range Elite. And as always, guys, if at the ending of the video you want to purchase this awesome knife from Buck and help support the channel, make sure you check out the link in the description below because we do get a commission if you purchase this knife. And before getting started, just want to thank the good folks out at Buck for sending me this knife to review. Let's get started. Let's begin with some quick size references just so you get a better idea for the overall size of this knife. Here it is next to a large permanent marker. Here's a look at them vertically next to each other so you can compare the diameter of the pen next to the knife. Let's get a rough measurement with the blade closed from end to end. Looks like we got just about 4.5 inches overall length with the blade closed. And now with the blade open. And back to vertical. And let's get a rough measurement here with the blade open. Looks like we got just about 7.75 inches overall length with the blade open. Let's have a look down at the top of the knife here so you get a better idea for the overall thickness of this knife. And it is pretty slim. So here's a pair of chopsticks. Here is the thicker side, and it looks to be just a smidge thinner than the thicker side of a pair of chopsticks. Let's run a ruler across this way and see what we got. Looks like it's just about, what was that, like 5/16 of an inch thick? That's like Slim Jim slim. Let's have a look at the thickness of the blade. Now, normally it's the thickest over in the thumb wrap area, but you can see it tapers and it swells right about here. And it looks to be about the same thickness as a US nickel. And that's still pretty slim. Let's run a ruler right across there and see what we got. Just about a 1/16 of an inch thick. Let's get this knife on the scale so you know how much weight you're going to be carrying around. Coming in at 3.4 ounces. And just in case you're wondering what 3.4 ounces might feel like, well, if you got a deck of cards around the house, weighs almost as much as that. Let's have a look around the Buck 791 Range Elite. Comes in 3 different colors. There's a gray, a black, and a green. The Range line is made in the USA and carries Buck's well-known forever warranty. Opening mechanism, dual thumb studs. And look at the way they bronzed out those thumb studs. Great color contrast with the gray handles. This blade absolutely flies open. It is smooth, guys. It is so silky smooth. Blade is pivoting on an incredibly well-polished washer system. Also really like the little touch they put on the pivot. You got the Buck anvil right there. Your locking mechanism and your blade release is a crossbar lock, and I do believe this is Buck's first entry into the crossbar market. The lock is accessible from both the left and the right side of the knife. And as far as locking mechanisms go, it is incredibly strong for folder knives. You're going to see here it engage as the blade is rotating. It engages. To release the blade, all you got to do is pull back on the lock. And I like what they've done here. It's enough tension so you can pull it back with 1 finger. You don't have to use 2. Guys, when you go to release this blade, just be really careful because this edge is so incredibly sharp. And remember, we got that polished washer system and that thing is just going to drop on you. So when you go to release the blade, be careful. Let's have a look up front at this blade. Absolutely gorgeous example of a drop point blade. Let's have a look over in the thumb wrap area. Very slight jimping. Just scribed in there. Can't really even see it there. And as mentioned before, it does taper in right about here and then it swells back up. Stunning satin finish. This knife does have a sharpening choil. It's going to help you sharpen the entirety of this edge from the tip all the way down to the heel. And this is pretty much a flat grind right here, right? No curvature, right up to the shoulder. And that makes it very easy to sharpen and maintain and puts a lot of mass behind this edge, so it's going to be real strong. And speaking of strength, this blade is heat treated with Buck's Boss heat treat. And look at the steel type, guys. Magna cut. Guys, Boss heat treat on Magna Cut steel equals an incredibly durable blade. Now, Magna Cut is a powdered steel, and if you don't have too much experience with powdered steel, all you gotta know is because of its form factor, it being in powdered format, it can get compressed really tight for more consistent grain structure with less voids in it. And with a tighter grain structure and less voids, that means that the steel is more consistent all the way through and is going to be a lot more reliable and stronger. Here's some other really great things about Magna Cut. Even though it's only got 10% chromium, the corrosion resistance on this thing is off the charts. Magna Cut is a premium steel. It gives you the perfect blend of toughness and hardness. Normally when your hardness goes up, it gets very brittle and the toughness goes down. But here, you have really good hardness and it's still got great toughness, which means that your edge retention is going to be really good. And this blade is going to be able to take a beating. Let's have a closer look at these beautiful anodized aluminum handles. Again, comes in black and green. Going to show you guys the beveling that they've done here. Nicely done right on these edges here. Beautiful anodizing, nice and slim. Now, as far as your grip dynamics go, how this feels in the hand, it's pretty comfortable. Nothing too crazy, right? It kind of pinches down in here, flares back up here to fit in that meaty portion in your hand like that. Comes around to this side. And you got two grooves over here, right? So two in the front, two in the back. Well balanced. A little bit of finger guard up here. Fairly neutral. I really like the color palette they've used on this gray. You got this black hardware showing up against this kind of light gray anodized aluminum. Bronze thumb studs and the silver blade. I think that looks really clean. Also like what they've done to the back spacer area. There is none. All they did was they took the aluminum and they wrapped it around so they meet right in the middle. Here's a look at your pocket clip that is reversible to the other side. Let me get you guys another close-up of that there. Again, the buck anvil there. There's a look at the side view. And here is a quick look at what this knife is going to look like when you jam it down in your pocket. It's going to be a real deep carry. Basically, looks like a pen. Alright guys, so let's do some cutting. Oh, can you hear that? Just sliding right through it. Gliding. You can do that all day. The slice is nice. And we got some 550 paracord. Should absolutely slice through that easily. And finally, let's take a couple of layers of cardboard, stack them up, and see if it can get through it. Oh yeah. Sharp. Once again, guys, this has been the Buck 791 Range Elite. Incredibly slim. It's going to be real easy to carry that around in your pocket. Incredibly sharp coming out of the box. Premium steel. Guys, if you're looking for a new EDC knife, this could be a great option for you. Well, alright guys, this is the ending of the video. Remember, if you want to purchase this awesome knife from Buck, make sure to check out the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.